Hello you lovely lot, and welcome to a new series of race vlogs. So as many of you know, Luke has been racing in the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship, and we are just about to head off to the first round at Silverstone GP. So this is the third season that he's been racing in these vlogs, and I follow him around the country, and the highs and lows. The highs are ecstatic and the lows are brutal, but we are ready for another season. So Luke and his teammate Tim have built a couple of fresh build cars. So Luke's going out in a car that he's not driven before, as is Tim. So they've been squirreling away at their little workshop in Berkshire trying to get these cars ready. It has been eventful. I think they may have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew. This vlog is going to go backwards and forwards a bit. We've done some testing. We've done some testing for the C1, and obviously we've got the big race weekend as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first of our racing vlogs. Right, it is Friday, the 6th of March, just gone 9:30, and you're joining us with the lovely Bradley Cooper. Friday. It's not Friday, is it? Monday. It's Monday. Hey. We have got a full party. We've got Ollie Allwood's Mark III, we've got Dave the Frog, the C1, and we've got loads of lovely AB drivers. Look, where are you going? Right, what's Tim doing on the car at the moment? Huh? What's Tim doing on the car?
Finishing it.
Huh? Finishing it.
Getting it ready to work.
Right, and this is for the Citroen C1.
24 hour.
Nice.
Citroen C1 Silver Lake Cup thing.
And we got a new friend with us.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Cameron Hall's international world-renowned champion and ERA championship man.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure what his role is.
It's pretty exciting because he's actually flown in for this.
Yeah, we've got some racing pedigree.
Right, driver number one's going out. So this is the C1. I think I mentioned earlier, is affectionately known as Dave the Frog. Tim sorted the brakes out. Tim, thumbs up. Right, here they come. Cameron's just getting out after his first stint. Never driven this before, so we'll have a chat in a sec. Right, Cameron Hawes, international driver, man of mystery. You flew in last night from, where was it?
Eindhoven.
Eindhoven. You made it. You're testing the C1. What do you think?
It's a washing machine. It's really floaty. And,
is it?
Yeah, it's nothing like I've ever driven, but it's good fun.
Nice. Yeah. So it's a whistle-stop tour for you because you're back off tomorrow, aren't you? Back to Belgium?
Back to Belgium tomorrow, yeah.
Nice. And then back in the C1 for the 24-hour in May. In May?
Yeah.
Nice. And so back out in the car this afternoon?
Yes.
Magic. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey! What are you doing? You going out in someone else's car?
I don't know.
Have you asked?
No.
You're just taking it?
I'm going to take it.
You just saw some keys lying around?
Yeah, it's mine now.
Right, I'll cover for you.
Thanks, man.
Right, so Luke is going out in the other AB car just to see what the pace is like and how it compares to the other one, but yeah, it should be interesting to see what he thinks, because that other car has been like a lot of love and attention. Not that Tim's hasn't, but that one has been like no expense spared, so we'll see how he gets on. Right, this is going to be like a Netflix shot, okay? So I'm coming in, I'm getting all the Silverstone in. That's exactly what I wanted. Right, that's enough. Cut. Right, how was...
You join me here at the home of British motorsport.
Silverstone.
Silverstone, where the prices are cheap and the racing is fast.
How was today?
It's really fun.
It's great, wasn't it?
So glad to be back in the car.
Yeah.
Stuart's got his pants out.
Whee.
So
you drove two different cars.
I drove R1 and I drove their C1. I've always wanted to drive their C1.
It's so sexy.
They've got like the touring car of C1s. It's like very clear. Here's the difference. I got into our C1 this morning. It's not really been touched since our last 24-hour race. Not even had an oil change. So I hopped in it and I just looked and there was like cobwebs in like the corner. I thought, oh, okay. Went out and then I went in there. There's like carbon fibre lining on like the switches, and I'm like, oh, this is a little bit more fancy. And it was good. I got to try both of them. I'd say their one is a little bit better prepared at the moment, but both cars are still going to have plenty of prep done before the race weekend, so they should be both on the money. I don't really care though, because I've just had so much fun being back at the track.
And Cameron's been a great fit as well.
Yeah, and what's really good about Cameron actually is from the word go, is, you know, he's actually had very, very similar pace to me, which is really good, which means we should be looking really quick for May.
Yeah.
It's just been loads of fun. Let me know out there, anyone in the racing world, if you can relate. But I always find that in the off season, like, there's months where you're not in the car, and for me, I've always found there's a bit of doubt where I'm like, the next time I get in the car, I'm gonna have forgotten how to do it. And it's horrible because, like, even on a test day, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes before it clicks. The first 15 to 20 minutes, you're just nowhere. I was all over not all over the shop, but just a bit like, I don't know how to go fast. And then it's like, at the 15-minute mark, it's like something just clicks, and all of a sudden, you're back in it. But those first 10-15 minutes are stressful because you're just like, am I gonna get good yet? When's it gonna happen? And then it finally like clicks, and oh, I know how to do it. So that was a nice feeling, and just being back at the track, seeing everyone here.
It's been good vibes.
It's been really good, and just excited now to be driving the Mazda for the rest of the week, pretty much.
Next time you see us, we'll be at Donington.
Yeah, in 2 days.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Click your fingers, then we'll be there. Hey!
Look at that. Seamless editing by Tracy Bullen. Join us here at a very blustery Donington, approximately 2.5 years after you last saw us at Silverstone. It's taken some time. It's been a bit of a week getting the car ready, but we now have a Mazda.
Introduce it.
Building. So
you sort of built this, haven't you?
Yeah, sort of built it, kind of. So.
And this is its first outing?
Yeah, in the moist wet waves of Donington, so yeah, it should be fun. It'll be nice because next weekend might be wet. Just round one at Silverstone. It's always nice to get some confidence in the wet, you know, a short while before you go out there. It's really cold.
I know, let's get the car off because we've never driven it.
I've never driven it.
Right, so we will go through this a little bit later on, but this week has been somewhat stressful, but we are here. Luke and the legend that is Tim Dorr have been working furiously over the last couple of weeks getting this car ready. It's about 10:30. We've added to like a stable of equipment. We now have our own trailer and obviously the love bus there. And Tim hopefully is going to be making his way up, but this is the first time that Luke's driven the car, so yeah, they put it all together, keeping everything crossed. So yeah, we'll have a proper update with, you know, bits and pieces that's been going on. So Luke and I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning. How are we feeling? Woohoo! Woohoo! So a bit blowy, bit blustery, but you know, racetracks all around the UK seem to be like that, apart from Cadwell, always sunny at Cadwell. So yeah, dragged it up here, all okay, no dramas, and yeah, the boy's going to get in. I'm going to go and find a spot on the pit wall and get some laps in. Right, he's getting a couple of laps in. Looking pretty good out there. So he's just behind the orange one. Here he comes. Looks like he's just come in because it's a new build. We are going to have to, every few laps, come in, put it on some stands, check all the bolts, make sure it's not falling apart. But really, really good to be back on the track, even though dirty old day. But I really want to see what he thinks of the car. How's your car, mate?
It's awesome.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It looked really quick.
It's mega down the straights.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You did it.
Mate,
I love you.
I love you too.
Right, we fashioned a poncho because Luke's got to get under the car.
This is my new poncho.
Right.
Sports finest. You can get these on Demon Tweaks for about 200 quid. So,
But we made our own one.
use discount code Fulham27. 2% off.
Right, he's checking his nuts, and then we're going to get back out. That was the first Team Pullen, father and son, on the tools experience. It took ages, but I don't think it'll take that long again. It's only going to get quicker. You know, a lot of the time we'll all have support, and hopefully it's going to get 5 or 10 minutes in before lunch. Lovely Tim should be on his way. But yeah, spirits are high. Right, we've very kindly been invited into a garage by the lovely Fodens.
Yes.
Some lovely people we race with.
Yeah, Steve's
against.
Doing a bit of a sponsor day, a bit of a corporate day, so they had a bit of spare room in the garage, so we've nabbed it 'cause it's horrible outside. Yeah, so we had a little bit of a happiness then actually. So he's got you know, some like sponsored like customer people in the car, so they're sat in the passenger seat, he's doing hot laps. We just happened to be on track at the same time, so I just thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. So the car's running well. I think there's one or two teething problems, and I don't know if they're problems, but just a few things that I'm hearing, and I'm just like, I want to figure out what that noise is. So yeah, a few things to figure out. On the most part, she's running well. Seems to be going all right. So
Go, go, go.
go, go, go.
Tim Dorr!
Yes.
How are we?
Better.
You've been under the pump a bit, haven't you, mate?
Yes.
Building like 1,000 cars. And yeah, this is it. Like, we've made it.
Done it.
We're out on track.
We're here.
Happy to be out.
Loving it. Oh, it was all I could do not to just like,
Oh, I can tell.
because I was just driving around in 5th and 4th, and it's like
Bedding everything in.
in.
And how's yours? All good?
Yeah, all good.
So we've got some tweaking and fettling to do, but well done, lads. Right, Future Keith here. Now, to bring you up to speed, we had a number of test days booked on the run up to the season, and none of it really went to plan. I have got it all written down here because I'm not going to be looking down as if we don't have auto cues. Right, so what happened? We had test days to test the car. On the 8th of March, car wasn't quite ready, so that didn't happen. 10th of March, we were all looking good. We were due to go to Donington. Trace, was that when Ali was going to be with us?
Yeah.
Right, so Ali, the team boss at AB Motorsport, was going to be with us at Donington to help us set up the car, dial it in, make sure everybody was happy with it. And then it snowed. And then on the 13th of March, was it March? Yeah. Donington, that's what you've just seen, you know. And then, because we still needed to do more with the car, we got an emergency test day booked in, but we couldn't get Silverstone. So the day before, we were due to be racing at Silverstone, we got a cheeky test day at Brands. We've done a lot of miles and dragged that car halfway around the country trying to get it dialed in. So that bit at Brands is what you're about to see now. Right, it is Thursday morning.
Hello.
How are we?
Yeah, good, thanks. We're just doing some setup changes because we were on one click, which basically means as soft as it goes, full wet setup. We still went pretty well in the dry, so
nice.
yeah. And look, the stickers on it.
So this is where the magic happens. Tim and Luke have been squirreling away in here for the last, I don't know, couple of months getting these cars ready. So doing all the last bits and pieces, getting them loaded up, and today we are testing at Brands Hatch. This is the first season we are not getting full support from the team, and it's at moments like these where you realise how much the team does for you. But hello.
Hello.
We are all loaded up, and here is your first look at the car. We're all strapped up, ready to go. How are you feeling?
Good.
Got a boot full of tyres?
Boot full of tyres, trailer full of car.
Yeah. Right, wagons roll, let's go. Right, just gone 2 o'clock. All arrived at Brands Hatch. Changed the wheels over. Got a few bits and pieces on. Luke's heading out. Car's looking great. Going out for a bit of a hack. Right, been out for a run. Just checking a few bits and pieces. It really is quite weird seeing him, you know, jumping under cars, rolling jacks around. But yeah, sun's out, we're at a racetrack. Today, it's turning out pretty good. Right, Luke's been out testing. Something's popped on the car, so he's currently being recovered and brought back. So it's kind of good that it's happened on a test before actually live and racing, but still a bit disappointing and a bit of a worry, so see what happens. Right, the gearbox. I'm trying to, well, the technical term that was just used has just shat itself. It's broken, so I think the casing is broken and all the stuff inside has broken, and so Luke's on the phone to Ali. It does sound like horrible when I'm saying that, and it is horrible. However, of all the things to go, like it could have been one of three things. It could have been the engine, it could have been the gearbox, or it could have been the diff. And out of all three things, we'll take gearbox all day long. So this is why we're doing test days, shaking the car down, getting it, you know, sorted, and Luke's on the phone to lovely Ali and sorting out a new gearbox change. So we're now going from here to Silverstone to set up for the weekend. So putting tents up, putting awnings up, and lovely Ali from AB Motorsports has got a bit of a gearbox job to do. So it's a good job they like. I hope they like us. We'll see at the end of the season. So while Tim is chatting with Luke, Luke's been out in Tim's car and set a time. So Tim's going to go out and chase that down. And what's really good, because they've both built both of the cars together, they can share data. So the plan was for Tim to go out in Luke's, and then Luke go out in Tim's, and vice versa, so they can share data. But Luke broke his car, which is kind of selfish.
I didn't break it.
And but he's just been out in Tim's and set some time, so Tim's going to go and chase those times. Right, back to you. So the gearbox is gone, properly gone. You spoke to Ali.
Yeah, I was like, hello Ali. I was like, do you want to put a new gearbox in a race car tonight? He was like, not particularly. I said, well, you're in luck, because you get the honour of putting a new gearbox in my car tonight. So yeah, they've got some spare gearboxes ready to go in. So our day of running today is sadly over.
However, how's it been?
Yeah, really good. Limited running we got. Some good stuff happened. We played around with setup, and I was like, I said to you on the way here, I was like, I reckon I could confidently say what the car needs on a setup, change it and it'll go better. And earlier today, it did just that. It was too stiff and a little bit oversteery. So we raised the front up by 2 turns and we took a click off all round. Any techno people in the comments know exactly what I'm talking about. Know about the Mazda setup. But yeah, no, so that was really positive. It seems to go all right on the straights. And I mean, you were saying through clearways it feels really good. It's nice and planted. I would say, other than the gearbox, there's only one little thing that I want to get sorted. It's just like some sort of scrubbing or something through tight right-handers like Druids up there, the hairpin. It just doesn't really want to make its way around the corner. So we'll see what that is. But Tim's car does it, mine doesn't. I've driven both. But if that can do Druids like Tim's car does, there's another half second in it around here, and it's already going pretty quick. So there's no real barometer for comparison today, because it's only me and Tim in the cars that we both built. But tomorrow, testing at Silverstone with everyone else in the championship, we'll actually see how we look. So it's still an unknown. Anything can happen. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be somewhere in between. But all we know is we've got a race car and we're going to go race it, gearbox permitting.
It is coming up for 12 o'clock. I don't know what Luke's doing, but he's pulling his fireproofs off.
Look at this, Cheers fans. This is what Keith is trying to deprive you of.
So the lovely guys at AB Motorsport, Nikki and Ali, are currently sorting Luke's car out. It looks like there's a new gearbox going in. We've sort of half set up, but it's been wet and not very nice. So we've set the tent up as best we can. Luke, don't make this difficult for Mum to edit. So yes, I'll give you a proper look around at our setup tomorrow after a bit sorted. But Luke and I are camping in here tonight, not roof tenting. So there's our setup. So we will see you lovely lot in the morning, because tomorrow we're testing. So we've survived the first night in the tent. Good morning, number one.
Morning.
Practice day today.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
Cold.
It's not cold. Don't tell us it's cold, because Mum will see this and she'll go, I said it'd be cold.
Warm. The diesel heater has warmed this place all right.
It is right up. So we bought a diesel heater to keep the tent warm. That failed. We've got a camping shower that we brought along. The gas was reading high, still is reading high, no gas in it. That failed. Spirits are high. We're going to head down to the... So I've had a cold shower. Luke's had
no shower.
No shower. However, we have got a Jackery, which is this little portable power bank. Charged all the phones, didn't miss a beat, so that's all good. Bed's all comfy. How's your bed, Luke?
Yeah, it was comfy.
Nice.
I slept alright.
I did sleep all right. So the plan for today is practice day. How many practice sessions have we got? 4 practice sessions, 20-minute sessions.
20 or 25, yeah.
Nice. So we're going to head down because I think our lovely friends at AB were working hard last night to try and get Luke's car sorted. This, if you've never watched our racing videos before, this is a bit of a running theme, isn't it, Slugzo?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Let's go and see what's going on. Right. It is 9:30, and Luke is just about to head out. Right. That's first run out in new car. Thoughts?
Seems to go pretty good.
Did go pretty good, didn't it?
Feels great. Feels really, really good. I've kind of figured out where the line is in like the greasy conditions, as Tim would say. So I mean, look, with the current conditions, it could probably be like 3 or 4 clicks softer all round, but I don't really care. I'm just sort of vibing at the moment because all weekend conditions are going to be changeable. So the next session will be drier, so there's no point changing it. Unless it gets wetter, in which case probably will take a few clicks off. Car feels great, I feel good. Pace looks up there.
Nice! Right, it is 11:30. Luke's out for the second test session of the day and feeling super positive, which is lovely. Happy with the car, happy with the setup, so all looking good. How much was this fish and chips? Like, I'm not even sure. Like, that's my hand. This is like fish and chips, fish and chips. How much for 2 fish and chips? Come on.
I mean,
at Silverstone.
At Silverstone?
Yeah.
Is it less than £100?
It's £22. Ooh.
Well, that's not a lot of fish for that.
How's your morning? It's feeling good, isn't it?
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
Yeah.
It's going well. There's good vibes under the awning as well.
I just can't believe the car's last night. Like, all do like, when we've been shaking it down, I've been very like, oh, it goes well, it goes well enough. Now we're here and it's like, I think it's fast. And I'm like, I'm gonna cry because I'm like, I thought it could have been anything. So yeah.
So we've got 2 more sessions today.
2 more sessions for stuff to go wrong and then we're clear and ready for the weekend.
Sweet. Coming up for 2 o'clock, happy to report fish and chips, although expensive, was pretty decent. And the team are going out. All the cars have been tightened, fettled with. Tim's going out, new alternator in his one. Lovely Kev going out. Oi oi! Number 1 son's going out, Tom's going out, so out for session number 3. Right, it looks, I just said, I'm going to finish the vlog off and it looks like I've got to sort my hair out, and then I caught a glimpse of my barnet. Right, we are in the Aero Yurt. We will show you our setup at some point. This is very sinister lighting.
Sinister key.
Yeah, this feels like some sort of, I don't know, it feels like an interrogation. Right, it is 7:15. Luke, how are we?
I'm good. Right,
we've got an elephant sticking his trunk through there, so we've got a diesel heater running.
You may have noticed the elephant in the room.
Whee! So we've got a diesel heater running to keep us a bit warm. We have got the pot on the boil. Please don't worry, because we've also got a carbon monoxide alarm just there.
So stop worrying.
Stop worrying. Right, so we have had a practice day. Started off like super like, we're so fast, and second day it was just like, we're really fast in the wet, but...
Yeah, so we've worked out, in the wet, joint fastest out there, which is very good because I was joint fastest with my teammate and that always bodes well, we can work together. And then as the track got drier and drier, the car comparatively to everyone else got worse and worse and slower. Not on the straights. What it basically is the setup works well in the wet, but in the dry it's understeer central. So for those who don't know what understeer is, if you turn into a corner, let's say you put the wheel on like that, you want the wheels to go that much, but sometimes the wheels don't fully grip and they're going to sort of skid forward and not turn as much as you want, and we had that, which basically means the car's not turning as much as I wanted to, it's understeering. So we've tried some setup changes to make it better, and it's not really done too much to change it. So I've had a little talk and showed them my footage to Ollie, who won the championship 2 years ago, and he's a very nice man.
Racing Yoda.
Racing Yoda, it's big beard, bald head, very, very splendid racing driver. And I showed him my footage and he said, yeah, there's 1 or 2 things that maybe you can do slightly differently here, but he said on the most part it's looking like the car just isn't doing what you want it to do. And it looks very understeering. So he had a look around the suspension and said, right, here's what I think you want to do. And so now we've got a clear idea. We're gonna leave it on the setup it's on at the moment, because it might be wet for quali and race 1 tomorrow. But if it looks like it's going to be dry or non-greasy, or greasy as Tim would say, I'm gonna change the setup to have less understeer. So raise the rear so that more weight's over the front, and the more weight that's over the front, the more the front wheels can bite into the track and grip up. So in theory, that's what's going to happen.
Nice. So we have got some pasta tonight. We've got some pesto. We've got some hot dog sausages that we're going to chop up and pop in it. So we will see you lovely lot in the morning. Saturday, you lovely lot, and welcome to Cheers Mobile Cheers HQ with my dodgy barnet. I'm going into curtains. Speaking of dodgy barnets,
Hello.
we're all clean.
All clean.
Yeah, that was a weird shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Turned up, all the lights were off.
Yeah.
Steam. Felt like that scene from Friends when you sit on someone's lap. It's like hello. Anyway, speaking of steamy. Right, pretty good night. Slept well. Up in the roof tent. Diesel heater was mega. I was really hot because my sleeping bag is. I don't know how they done it, but that sleeping bag is mad.
It's too hot for you.
It is too hot. How are you?
We're good.
Did you hear that bird land on the roof tent and squeak in the night?
No.
Oh, that was. It was like. Rah! It's really steamy in here. Sorry about that. Hold on. See if this works. Hello. Any better? A bit better. So last night we had some pasta. How was the dinner?
It was good. That was a nice.
Too early for that. And we watched Le Mans 66, which is a bit of our go-to on the phone, on the table. Right, how you feeling?
Good.
Can I tell you how I was feeling yesterday?
Yeah.
Right. So Luke and Tim have built this car, and then it's really difficult to forget that this car has never been driven. Everything needs tightening up. It's going to be loads of teething problems, but you forget all of that as soon as you're on the track, just going, we're going to win everything. Right, so that's how I felt yesterday.
Yeah.
How did you feel yesterday?
Yeah, it was kind of a mixed bag, but I finished the day feeling good.
Yeah.
Basically, first 2 sessions were in like greasy conditions, and like I said yesterday, car felt really good. I felt really good. It was a little bit understeery, but like in those conditions it was kind of nice because it just meant I could get on the power early because it was front limited, not rear limited. So it felt really good in the wet, and then as the track got drier it just felt rubbish.
Yeah.
Like just huge amounts of understeer. It was costing me a lot of time, and I probably could have driven it slightly better. But I spoke to Ollie, and like he sort of mentioned what would be a good setup change and stuff, so we woke up this morning, it's looking greasy and wet at the moment, so we'll leave it as is, and then as it gets drier we'll probably change the setup. But these are kind of the conditions that we were hoping for. Maybe a little wetter would have been nice, but as long as it's not grippy out there, we'll go well. And we're learning, we're developing this car. Well, yeah, exactly. So like, if the car's only good enough for like 6th or 7th, we'll try and drive it to 6th or 7th. If it's good enough to only just scratch the top 10, you know, we'll drive it to that position. But like, there's no expectation for this weekend because this is very much a learning weekend. We're just figuring out the car because it is, you know, whilst all cars are the same, in theory, like each car has its own like weird quirks, and this one certainly has a little bit more understeer than oversteer, and my last one had more oversteer than understeer, so it's just fine-tuning it to be in a place where I like it. Right, so you got driver's briefing at 8:30. What time is it now? We've got ages, 7:30. We are ahead of the game. So yeah, driver's briefing at 8:30. That's when Luke and all of his other driving friends told, you know, don't get too close to each other, and they all snigger. And then we are out, and we got some lovely sponsors coming along today, so it's really exciting to meet them. We got some friends coming along. Yeah, fingers crossed it's going to be a great day. Tim Dora's just done the biggest sigh of relief. Your cars are done. They've passed scrutineering. High five. Awesome. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Relax.
That was tough, man.
Stressful, relax.
Yeah. Good job, mate.
Thank you.
Got there in the end.
We did.
So what's the plan for today?
Fast as possible. I want Luke in the front row.
Yeah.
And I want to be in the top 10.
Let's see what can happen. Right, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Right, so this is the joys of motorsport. While we should be out quallying, we are actually trying to get a few bits sorted on the car. Luke is handling it all in his stride as usual, nice and calm, and hopefully we'll get some laps in for quali. Go on, mate! Love you. Right, we're here with Phil. Phil's wandering off. Mr. Andy McEwen, hello, how are we? Hi. Leon, and you guys! Dilly and Daddy. Luke has just qualified P3, which is mega, like absolutely mega, over the moon. So we're going to go and find him. Poor old Brad got a bit excited over there, so he's got to do some gravel picking. But yeah, and also the top 3 places are all AB drivers, so it is a AB lockout, which is mega, over the moon. I think I've said before, like highs and lows, just like we're riding a high. Better phone Traso.
It's so quick.
Hello, Parry. I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good, mate.
Spectating this weekend?
I am.
No,
Feels chilled and weird.
Chilled and weird.
It's kind of nice though, like that. Nice and not nice at the same time.
Nice and not nice.
Yeah. Right.
Hi.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
P3.
P3. Best ever quali.
How was it?
Really good. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a bit stressful before you went out.
Yeah, there was a bit of that. Did you catch any of that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's always plain sailing here at the racetrack. Yeah, feel really, really good. Feel very relaxed.
Nice.
Sorry if I'm not overly like that right now, but I don't know. Just feel very.
80% chance of rain at 2 o'clock just before the race.
We'll take that all day long.
And you need to go and get some petrol
Right now.
before that.
What?
Hey.
I'm gonna spill it.
Don't spill
It's
it.
gonna be like that scene from Zoolander.
Not long before we're out. We're just doing some final bits and pieces to the car. There's lots of love under the awning. Lukey boy's over there. And getting ready for the first race. I've had a chat with number 1. He's all good. Right. What's the plan?
Go fast, have fun.
Whee! We're heading on up. First race of the weekend. Got butterflies, feeling overly emotional. Keeping everything crossed, and we'll see how it plays out.
Langford weaving around to try and break the toe, but Pullen and Craig are working together. This is sensible stuff from that second group. As I say that, Jason Greytrex brakes, ranks, goes to the outside, Pullen goes to the inside. Forget what I said. They're not working together because they're 3 wide at Stowe, and Luke Pullen has gone into second position. Now, does he run wide on the exit? No, really nice move that, and he is now into second place. Will he now be able to tow this group forward, or are they going to keep on trying to come back at him? It looks like it's the latter of the two. Brad Jones goes to his outside now and might go into third place. What a move from Brad Jones. He is into third.
Looks like P4. I will put a link in the description to this race because how exciting was that?
Amazing!
That was absolutely amazing. Just missed out on a podium. First race of the weekend, and doesn't like driving in the dry. It was dry, didn't rain, so I wait so much more than we could have expected, and what a watch. So yeah, we'll go and catch up. Hello mate.
Hello mate.
How was that?
Good.
You got a bit excited?
I did, I threw it away a little bit.
Yeah.
Me, Tom and Brad were sort of running away with it, and then I did my very best to ruin that. I fired into Tom, just got a bit ambitious. Which is a shame because I was sat in P2, almost P1 when I went into him, and then I gave the position back like 2 straights later. In the end, it was only good enough for P4, but pace is there, and yeah.
You just got very excited, didn't you? Fast car!
To be fair, it is more complicated than that. There is more, there's more to it. But yeah, I feel really good.
It was really exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Love you, well done.
Too.
Hello you lovely lot. It's 8:15. We have just had a good bit of pasture and pesto. We are in tent, we're getting warm. And how was your day?
Good.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was good, yeah. It wasn't without its... I've been saying that I am frustrated with myself a bit on my adventurous...
You got a bit excited, didn't you?
I got a bit excited. I had a bit of a lunge on Tom, my teammate. Lovely, sexy Tom.
He is the nicest guy.
Yeah. Which is why I felt really bad when I did it. Yeah, it was just a case of I was in second at the time, and you know I'd realised I was closing in on Tom, and whilst I was closing in, I saw him trying to break the toe. So I was like, okay. And then when we got
what is breaking the toe?
Yeah. So when you follow a car, like if you're close enough and you follow another car, they punch a hole through the air, which means you're then getting less air resistance behind, which means in a straight you go faster. Now Tom was coming offline so that I'd have to move to try and get the toe, and I was a bit like, okay then. So when I did finally sort of get within touching distance, I was still happy to sort of run in a train. And Tom went defensive through like 1 or 2 corners, and I just looked behind me at where Brad was, who was also a teammate, but he had Ollie Graham like right behind him. And I just remember thinking, I might get held up here. So I did act slightly irrationally, and in my head, I was like, I'll try and get in front and then just show that I'm not going to be defensive. My plan didn't work out, because what I ended up doing was absolutely rifling into Tom, which was a misjudgment on my part, so 100% my fault. Also, I came from a further way back than I first realised. I locked up and went into him, so nudged him off the track, and we dropped down a few places. A couple laps to go, and so on the next straight, Tom was behind me, and I just pulled off to the side, waved him through, and I held my hands out. I was like, yeah, it's my fault. So he went back by, and he ended up winning the race in the end, which I was happy about, because it would have ruined my weekend if I'd taken Tom's first win from him by just firing him off. So I finished 4th, but there's definitely a frustration of like, I didn't get a time penalty, but I got 2 points on my licence, which it's complicated, but I lose a couple of points in the championship, but it's not actually that big of a deal. But basically, yeah, it could have all been avoided. I think I just got excited because I felt really quick, the car felt really quick, and we definitely had pace to challenge for the win, but maybe not at that particular point. Maybe I was a little far too back on that occasion. So yeah, but as a team, AB 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll go into tomorrow with the same pace that we've got, and we'll try and take home some trophies.
Bring on tomorrow.
Bring on tomorrow. So that was quite a long answer.
No, it's good.
Oh, good. I'll try.
Right, see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
It's just coming up 4, coming up for the first race. And we're with lovely Bradley Cooper, who's very upset about some lemon cake. Tell me about the lemon cake.
I didn't get offered any.
And he thinks it's been snaffled, but he's back at the tent. Lemon cake will come out. How's your weekend been? So you're like mechanicking, keeping us all on the road, keeping us safe.
Yeah, keep us, well, first week of the year, teething problems.
Yeah.
Working through it. It's been busy but not hectic.
Keep up the good work, and I'll sort the lemon cake out.
Well, thank you.
Heading out. Have a lovely day. Thanks for all the hard work you do. You are appreciated.
To the face of the BRSCC, we love you.
What's your plan?
Go fast, have fun, maybe definitely get home this trophy.
Right, love you.
Love you too.
Be safe. Right, so we're watching from a slightly different point this time. It's cold. Morning, Philip.
Morning.
Morning, Leon.
Morning.
So we're in one of the stadiums, so we're going to see a different corner. They're all lining up down there. Oh, there's Luke down there.
and this time Tom Smith will go through it. There's damage to Pullen's car. The left front wheel is damaged. It's loose, isn't it? So Luke Pullen, that is heartbreaking. Can he limp home to a finish of any sort? He's got to be really careful though, because that left front, something has broken in the left front suspension. And the 27 car, which was just beginning to challenge for a podium, I'm afraid is going to have to limp home. He needs to be careful because you're not going slowly around this place. And if that wheel comes off altogether, he could end up doing even more damage to the car.
Right, very exciting race up until the last lap, where it looks like Luke's got a problem with one of his wheels because it was at a kind of a jaunty angle, so he managed to nurse it back into 12th, which is, you know, still respectable, but he was holding his own with the front runners for all of that race, so that is a bit of a blow, but let's go see what's up with the car. Hello.
Hi.
You were running great out there, mate.
No.
You're racing with the big boys.
Yeah.
Until you weren't.
Until I wasn't, yeah.
What happened?
Suspension collapsed on the last lap.
Didn't have any tags or anything? You had quite a nice clean race.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, there might have been a little bit of panel bashing, but nothing that would have, you know, caused what happened. Yeah, it was last lap coming through Stowe, which is like I think it was Stowe, fast right-hander, and just felt like a clunk. It sort of basically ball joint, I think, failed and sort of limped it home. Still got 12th in the end, which, you know.
Yeah, got to be happy with that.
I was surprised I managed to drag it, you know, that far. Coming down the finish line, I looked at my mirror and I think it was like grey tracks. I was just like, yeah, forever finding new ways to break Mazdas.
Yeah, but this is a bedding in weekend, and I think we're doing way better than we could have expected so far.
Yeah, exactly.
How did the car feel up until then?
Consistent and good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it probably was a little bit on too much of a dry setup for the conditions.
Yeah.
That was kind of, I didn't want to, I'd rather have that than like go out and it be dry and we're on a full wet setup. So yeah, no, I felt good. I made a couple of mistakes, like in terms of, you know, getting on the wet stuff and sort of, you know, losing the rear a bit, but I reckon I would have happily held on to 4th.
Yeah.
Which would have been another great, you know, scores on the doors sort of thing. But yeah, it didn't really happen in the end.
Back out at 11.
Back at 11, cars being worked on, so I'm a little bit worried because if they took one of the shocks off and where the suspension's collapsed, it's taken a big chunk out of the shock absorber, so that might be a fresh one going on, but it's not an engine.
Not an engine.
Yeah, so we'll go again in a bit.
Right, car didn't want to start, so we're a bit late. We've started. Right, number 1, full send, please. Right, here they come. Luke started in P12 and he's coming down the straight. Go on, Lukey. Go on, Lukey. from 12th place to 5th, and what a drive. Mark, how exciting was that? Tops! Guys, how exciting was that? Right, if you do get a chance, we'll leave a link in the description below to the races. If you do want to watch any sort of motorsport, that was one of the best races I've ever seen. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Rubbing his racing right there.
Right.
Fantastic.
We're going to go and see the boy. Right. Back in the awning. Trying to find second. Might need a push. Right, just stand in front of the yellow. I want it to look all Netflixy. How was that?
Really good.
That looks exciting,
Yeah,
mate.
it was loads and loads of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like a really, really good battle. I think we finished 5th in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know if people have some penalties pending or anything like that. 5th is good enough. And Mark felt great, I felt great. And it was just, as you will have seen, really fun, hard racing.
Right. Time to pack up now.
Time to pack up, fun's over, but we've got a takeaway tonight and we're going to see the girls.
Yes. Right. We are all packed up. We've had a cracking weekend. You know, that's where we were. We're going to go and say goodbye to the team. But I think one thing that... Well, first of all, Luke, how was your weekend?
Mixed, but mixed in terms of what happened on track and actually getting the car here. I mean, it's... When did we start the vlog? Did we start at Brands? Did we start vlogging at Brands?
I'm not sure. It's going to be a mega one.
Like, so much has happened. Like, we've gone through so much.
We have gone through so much, and if you are still with us at this point, you know, well done, because potentially this could be like a 3-hour vlog.
Yeah.
We've had a magic weekend. For me personally, all positives. The car's brilliant. We've hung out with some lovely people, and number one son has raced extremely well. But what has also been brilliant, although we're racing at like club level, motorsport is so expensive, and I just wanted to have a whiz around the car and talk about the lovely people who, without this wouldn't be possible. And two of these lovely lot, two different people who have sponsored us turned up today, and we've had the best time.
Yeah, it's been really, really awesome.
Right, so we're going to whiz around the car. So
Designer Fireplaces.
yeah, so Danny and Tilly from Designers Fireplaces turned up today and yesterday. We had the nicest time with them.
We did, it was really cool. They bought cake. Thank you so much for the cake.
And near beers.
Yeah, it was all great.
Tiato,
they hooked us up with all the stickers.
they did all the stickers. So the boys there, and they gave us a massive discount, which, you know, is absolutely so appreciated. Matt James and the lovely guys at Precision Rehab have been supporting us for a long time. Vanessa Gilleran at 3PL Electronics, they've been massive helping us as well. Yacht Mayor, if you need a really fancy boat to take you from ship to shore, Brett will hook you up with a very beautiful charter boat. Mark from Specialist Smallcraft, if you need a small boat or anything to do with boats, Mark is your man.
It's Boat Fest.
It's Boat Fest. And also Mark rocked up today. We had a fantastic time. Mark's driver training. If you're in the Derby area and you need to learn how to drive, go and speak to my mate Mark. All of the links to this will be in the bottom. They are awesome. The wonderful Andrew White.
The stickers had a bit of bump drafting this weekend, which is always good.
At Comedy Kerfuffle. Andrew White, go and follow him. If you just YouTube Andrew White Comedian, go and follow him. He's went to school with Luke, the nicest guy, and has been supporting us from the beginning. And I think he's up for a comedy award at the moment as well. Yeah, and we've done Precision Rehab. They're on the back as well. Q-Tech, Phil, Sarah, Jim, and all of the lovely guys at Q-Tech. If you need electrical testing equipment, or I don't really know, you know what, it's the best electrical technical system stuff that you can get. And finally, Armitage and Wilson, British handmade furniture. Go and check them out because they have been super supportive as well. And yeah, without these lovely people, this wouldn't be possible, or be really, really difficult. And also, if you are still listening to me waffle on, super long. First of all, how cool is that sticker?
It looks great. The front of the car, like the yellow and the font against the black, looks very Star Wars.
It does look very Star Wars. Super Lung is a new musical project that's just about to go live. Go onto Instagram, look for We Are Super Lung. The music is going to be mega. It's my little brother. I say my little brother, he's like a grown up.
Your ickle brother.
So go and check out that, and just support everybody that's supporting us, because everything helps so much. We've had a wicked weekend, so it just leaves for us to say, stay safe, be kind.
Look up. Go on, we'll say it together.
Look after one another. Cheers.